Hi, today is the third video in our playlist talking about clothes. Today you're going to learn some very common idioms relating to clothes. Very often heard in spoken English, so important for you to understand, and if you can use some, it takes your English to a level of fluency and authenticity which is bound to impress. If you missed my other videos talking about clothes, you can check them out now by clicking the link above. So let's get started. Imagine the scene. Bert had never been hand in glove with Mrs. Jameson, our boss. One day, Mrs. Jameson told him he had to pull his socks up. Bert told her to belt up and threatened to give her a sock in the jaw. She gave him the boot and I had to step into his shoes. The next day, Bert came to the office dressed up to the nines. He told Mrs. Jameson he didn't want to be without a job and live on a shoestring. He said he was keeping something up his sleeve which he could use against the company, but would keep it under his hat if she gave him his job back. Mrs. Jameson told Bert he was talking through his hat. I had to take my hat off to her. So what does this all mean? Well, it's speaking with idioms, and they are very common idioms in English, but they all have a link to clothes. Let's see in more detail what they mean. Bert had never been hand in glove with Mrs. Jameson. Hand in glove means working closely together and can often be doing something dishonest. Well, here's the hand and here's the glove. And if you wear a glove, you're very close to the hand. So hand in glove means working closely with someone. So here, Bert had never been hand in glove with Mrs. James, means that he had never worked closely with Mrs. James. One day, Mrs. James told him he had to pull his socks up. To pull one's socks up means to try to do better. You can see that it's not good to have your socks down. It's better to have them neat and tidy and pulled up. So to pull up your socks or pull your socks up means to try and do better. So one day, Mrs. Jameson told him he had to pull his socks up. He had to try and do better. Bert told her to belt up. To belt up means to be quiet. Your belt normally goes around your waist and closes your trousers. So similar to closing your trousers, you're now closing your mouth and being quiet. Bert told her to belt up or to be quiet and threatened to give her a sock in the jaw. To give someone a sock in the jaw means to hit someone hard in the face. This is the sock and the jaw is the bottom half of your mouth. So to sock something or someone is slang for to hit hard. So to sock someone in the jaw is to hit them hard in the face. So he threatened to hit her in the face. She gave him the boot. To give someone the boot means to sack them or to fire them. They no longer have a job. Here is a boot, and I think you can imagine someone being kicked out of the job. So she gave him the boot, she fired him, and I had to step into his shoes. To step into someone's shoes means to take someone's place. Imagine standing in someone else's shoes and doing their job. And I had to step into his shoes. I had to do his job. The next day, Bert came to the office dressed up to the nines. Dressed up to the nines means wearing your very best clothes, often to be wearing fashionable or formal clothes for a special occasion. So Bert came to the office wearing his best clothes. He told Mrs. Jameson he didn't want to be without a job and live on a shoestring. To live on a shoestring means to live on very little money. Here it's a shoe and here is a shoestring. So he told Mrs. Jameson he didn't want to be without a job and live with very little money. He said he was keeping something up his sleeve. To keep something up your sleeve means to have a secret plan. This is a shirt and this is the sleeve. So if you have something up your sleeve, you are hiding it. So he said he had a secret plan which he could use against the company, but would keep it under his hat if she gave him his job back. To keep something under your hat is to keep it secret. Again, if you have something under your hat, it's hidden and therefore secret. So he would keep it secret if she gave him his job back. Mrs. Jameson told Bert he was talking through his hat. Talking through his hat or talking through your hat means talking nonsense. As if you spoke through your hat, the message would not be clear. It would not be easy to hear or understand. So talking through your hat is talking nonsense. I had to take my hat off to her. So for the last idiom, to take your hat off to someone, write your answer in the comment section down below. What do you think take your hat off to someone means? Maybe there's a similar idiom in your language. So that's it for now. I hope you learned lots of new idioms relating to clothes. Remember to like this video if you found it useful, share it with your colleagues and friends learning English, and don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on any new free English language videos. So that's it. Take care. Bye bye. See you very soon.